Do you know the hope we embraced in North Korea? More than 10 years of time we spent there together. Is it surprising? But what's more surprising is that we barely know about each other. This is a story of the undiscovered land. A city about 60 kilometers away from Seoul, population 300,000, Gaeseong, Hwanghae-bukdo. Gaeseong caught the media attention after the very first Inter-Korea summit since the division. On June 15, 2000, then South Korean President Kim Dae-jung and North Korean leader Kim Jong-il announced the 6.15 Joint Declaration, which includes an agreement that both Koreas support each other peacefully and economically. The only concern was where to build the industrial complex. There it was. Ta-da! The city of Gaeseong. In fact, the area was stationed by North Korean troops with 60,000 soldiers. But the government allowed the complex to be built at this strategic location. The plan was to build an industrial complex in Gaeseong and establish a base of economic cooperation and export its goods all around the world and turn it into the hottest city in East Asia. Therefore, roads were installed, electricity and communication networks were connected, factories were built, and so were stores, restaurants, hotels, hospitals, and parks. Even Germans were surprised with this unimaginable changes.
Wow!
There were visitors from all around the world, including OECD Secretary General and his parties. William Perry, the former U.S. Secretary of Defense, mentioned that Gaeseong was the future of the Korean peninsula. Why the sudden global attention? Because Gaeseong embodied the spirit of hope behind the 6.15 Declaration. Development of the complex progressed at a rapid pace, and factories of South Korean companies were built one after another. After 10 years, 125 manufacturing companies had settled down in Gaeseong. Since 60% of them required manual labor, workers gathered not only from Gaeseong, but also from neighboring towns like Gaepung and Jangpung. At last, pots, the first product from Complex, came out to the world in December 2004. These pots were so-called unification pots and sold like hotcakes at the department stores in Seoul within 2 hours. From then on, various goods were produced from garments like school uniforms, clothes, socks, underwear, and outdoor clothing, to daily items such as electric cookers and components for smartphones. Isn't it amazing how close these products were to our daily life? The quality of the products was outstanding. South Korean companies which hired the North Korean workers were more than satisfied with them. By the way, how much do you think the monthly salary was for them? At the beginning, it was USD 50 a month. The North Korean ministry hoped that more companies would succeed in the complex because they believed the more it worked out, the more peace it would bring. The economic value of the Gaeseong complex was uncontroversial. A lot of jobs had been created in and out of the complex, and this led to an economic awakening around Gaeseong and nearby regions. The Gaeseong complex was a win-win for everyone and showed that South and North could prosper in peace together. The global investment company Goldman Sachs reported the projected effects of inter-Korean cooperation. If Koreas are united, they will overtake Germany and Japan by 2040s and become the second strongest economic country with up to USD 86,000 GDP. 10 years of time didn't only change the landscape. People there started to get along with each other knowing they were just different, not wrong. Various differences existed, and they made Gaeseong even more valuable. Pots were glittered instead of guns, and smiles were spread other than conflicts. And just like that, the Gaeseong complex was a cradle for peace indeed. Then, on February 10, 2016, then South Korean government unilaterally notified the shutdown of the Gaeseong complex, and it remains shut up to now. The South Korean companies and workers couldn't even say goodbye to North Korean workers who had been together all that time. 2 years later, in 2018, there was another Inter-Korean summit. And with the Panmunjom Declaration, the wind of peace and unification swept through the Korean peninsula again.
환경이 조성되는 대로 개성공단과 금강산 관광 사업의 정상화도 이루어질 것입니다.
아무런 전제 조건이나 대가 없이 개성공업지구와 금강산 관광을 재개할 용의가 있습니다.
Please remember the Gaeseong complex, where South and North Korea were once united and prosperous together. Someday, I hope we can carry made-in Gaeseong guitar across the north to all the way around the world. Coming soon.